We're going to get back to hockey now. We started the show talking about the Colorado Avalanche finishing off the Lightning and winning the Stanley Cup Final. 6 games, a tremendous run they were on. And also then the Predators moving into the offseason plans here. And no Philip Forsberg signed as of yet. What's the latest on that? What do we look for as we move into the offseason? And what's the reaction from GM David Poile to the news that Bill Haslam going to become the new majority owner of the Predators franchise over the next 3 years as he buys up units of the team from current controlling owner Herb Fritsch? The Predators' longtime GM, only GM ever, spoke with the media recently.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then obviously, when you think of Governor Haslam and his background as a Tennessean and what he's done business-wise, what have you, it's a big name, and it's a really good name in terms of reputation and what he could bring. Just getting to know him in a couple of meetings that we've had, and he totally believes in Nashville. That's a great starting point. He seems to be an unbelievable sports fan. And again, just some of the things I know business-wise that he's been able to do, it just feels like this is a tremendous handoff from a great owner in Herb Fritsch to another great owner here in Governor Haslam.
You were just going through the days in 07. I remember those days. Well, can you believe that that this team, this city is at this point where it's a foregone conclusion the team's going to be here, but just it continues to get stronger from that standpoint.
It's fantastic. You're right, for those of us that were around, and that was not a good time. It was a little bit of a dire straits. Financially, things were not good. It was a very unstable franchise, and easily without Herb Fritsch and his group coming in, easily we could be another team that's not called Nashville, and hockey would not be here today. So I think the city owes Herb Fritsch, Tom Sigran, and the group that bought in in 2007 a huge big thanks for what they did and got everything going in the right direction. And I say that both on ice and off ice, and I'm real proud of where we are as a part of as Nashville Predators, as being part of the fabric of the Nashville community, and what we do. And again, it's not always on the ice; it's how we're involved in the community and doing a lot of the right things to represent Nashville and Tennessee. I would say the right way. And again, this transaction that happen over the next 3 years to Governor Haslam seems like a terrific fit. And once again, Herb Fritsch has done the best thing for the Nashville Predators. And as he said to me, he says, he's just a super fan that happens to be the owner.
You mentioned the Forsberg situation. Has it been encouraging to you that he's been pretty visible here in Nashville this offseason? You read anything into that at all? Or?
If I'm reading anything into it, it's positive, and everything is positive in the conversations. It's just that we don't have a deal done, and I remain optimistic. There's going to be a deadline here. We get lots done oftentimes when there's a deadline, but it's am I concerned? Absolutely. It would have been very good if we could have had this done a lot earlier, because there's certain things that you would do or could do if Philip was signed, and there's certain things that you can't do. And now we're in a situation where we're formulating all sorts of different plans because we have to be ready for either scenario. So it's not where I want to be, and I would hope that if it's going to be resolved, that it could be resolved. But hey, we got to prepare for whatever now.
I know after the Colorado series, you guys said that obviously there's a gap between you guys and Colorado. But I'm curious, as you watch the playoffs go along, when they've lost 3 games in playoffs at this point, has it changed the way maybe you view even your own series, just given how dominant that they've been?
No, and I don't say this to be cocky, but I think I knew that going into it. I've had conversations with fellow general managers where basically we were predicting that they're going to be the next team for several years, and I think that even when you talk about the Central Division, division. I mean, in theory, they could be the top team for the next few years, so we might be just fighting for second place. And I think that they're that good, and again, it took them a lot of years to get there. And when I say a lot of years where they were no good, missed the playoffs for many years, but had 3 or 4 draft picks in the top 5 and things that basically we've never had in our whole history to get there. And now you're seeing the fruits of that taking effect, where Cal McCarr is 4th pick overall and he's one of the best players. McKinnon's later was the 1st pick overall, and Rantanen and Landeskog were top 10 picks, and on. So they are the best team, and it's we have a long ways to go to catch them, but we know how good they are, and we know what we need to get.
David, what was your reaction to Roman finishing in 2nd with the Norris Trophy, including 1 vote leaving me off the ballot entirely and a couple of 4th place votes as well?
Yeah, very disappointed. Very disappointed. I didn't. I just I respect and appreciate what the formulas in terms of the voting, and I respect the writers around different cities, but to me it's unacceptable what happened there. And the voter was a person that I don't personally know, but he watches a lot of hockey, writes a lot of hockey, and it just made no sense at all. And it's not just the Roman thing. So yes, I'm a prejudice on this, yes, but it's not just Roman. I mean, if you see some of the voting, Connor McDavid, arguably the best or second best player in the league this year, was left off the ballots also, or wasn't voted for. A lot of people at first or second, and there's nobody that's watched any hockey this year that could possibly see that any different than what I'm saying. So I would think we need to have a look at the process a little bit.
Dave, thank you.
Appreciate it.
So you've been with the team since '97, I believe. Mm-hmm. So you've seen it grow and change and ownership come and go. So how will Bill's ownership kind of continue the Predators on this trajectory that they need to go on, and I guess kind of talk about what this looks like this next era for the Predators?
Well, we're going to have to establish that. We don't have yesterday was the first time I've met Bill socially, but the first time we sat down and talked to him. So we have to establish our relationship with it. Yesterday was a good start, and a couple hours. It was actually fun and easy. But again, I think my job is to be a part of that meeting. We got 17 owners, so there's a lot of communication that has to go along, and when you become the boss or the chairman, then you're going to dictate how you want it to be. So first blush, I would think that there wasn't going to be a lot of change in theory, and you heard what he said about the sports plan, and I think he wants to point us that are in charge the direction of what the next